From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
The rain may be moving out, but the destruction is far from over.
The operation right now is very clear. We're still in life-saving, life-sustaining mode.
Flooding in Texas keeps getting worse. Now even some shelters have water pouring in.
Tragedy in Southwest Detroit. A mother accused of killing her own baby. What police investigators are doing on the case at this very moment.
Okay, Sean, but first they say he didn't deserve to die. The family of the Detroit teen who crashed on an ATV while state police were chasing him file a $50 million lawsuit. That tops our news today at 5. $50 million. That's what Jeffrey Fieger is suing a Michigan State police officer over the death of 15-year-old Demond Grimes.
Grimes was riding an ATV through the streets of Detroit. That is illegal, but not something neighbors say is usually enforced. A state trooper tried to get him to pull over, but he wouldn't, and what happened then left the teenager dead. Mara McDonald following the story from Detroit's east side near the site of the crash. Mara.
Good evening to you, Devin. And you know, there was a rally of sorts for the family out here earlier this afternoon, but it's not something that they really knew about or were taking part in. It was another group that met out here that was supposed to, we thought originally, march through the streets. DPD was out here able to control traffic, but they opted not to do this, congregating right here. The family says they appreciate the support, they just didn't really know them, and it's a family that has had a very long day starting in Jeffrey Fieger's office. Grimes' parents sat with attorney Jeffrey Fieger as he announced the federal lawsuit he's filed against that Michigan State police trooper.
In essence, this Michigan State police officer conducted what I could only describe as a drive-by shooting of a child on an ATV.
Let's be clear, that trooper didn't shoot Damon with a gun. What he did was chase him after he refused to pull over. The trooper says the teenager was driving recklessly, and when he activated his lights and sirens, Damon took off. The trooper chasing him ultimately deciding to fire his taser at him, a maneuver that is against every rule and procedure at MSP.
Under no circumstances should any police officer ever, at any time, any place, anywhere, shoot like a cowboy out of his vehicle.
After he shot the taser, Damon tried to drive off the road onto the sidewalk but crashed into the back of a pickup truck. He was dead on arrival at the hospital.
He wasn't doing anything. He's driving an ATV. I mean, to describe this as a police chase is ridiculous.
Back here live, Jeffrey Fieger filing that federal lawsuit today. Meanwhile, the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office has ruled Demond's death as an accident. Kimberly, Devin, back to you.
And Mara, there is another event set for tonight, right?
There is. The family says that, yes, there's a candlelight vigil here in the neighborhood where all of this went down tonight after 8 o'clock. Back to you.
All right, Mara. Kim.
Now the devastating new information we're learning in the stabbing death of a baby inside a Southwest Detroit apartment building. Right now, that child's mother is in police custody awaiting charges. Sean Lay is following this story for us tonight. Sean, you spoke to neighbors and they believe a frightening motive might be behind all of this. What is that?
And everyone in this neighborhood wants to know how a mother could allegedly do this to their child. One neighbor says he knew the mother was distraught over a breakup, but no one could see this coming. A single mom, 31, and living here on Verner. She was a tenant of Southwest Solutions, which helps people with counseling, wellness, housing, among other things. Southwest Solutions, due to privacy reasons, cannot say if the mother was indeed a client of theirs. But last night, something terrible happened here in her apartment. Police say the mother called saying dead people were in the apartment. When they got there, they found the mom bleeding from self-inflicted stab wounds. When police checked the apartment, they made the worst possible discovery. The woman's baby boy. He just had his first birthday days ago, but now that baby boy was dead, slashed to death, police believe, by his own mother.
Our officers did a safety sweep of the apartment and did find a child that is deceased, and we believe from foul play.
Lawrence Hughes lives directly across the hallway. He says the mother was loving toward her child, but thinks she snapped after a recent breakup. The things she was saying to police, he says, were disturbing.
I think I overheard her yell, like, get the thing out the room, it's, you know, pertaining to the boy, get the thing out of here.
Rudy Hill lives in this Southwest Detroit neighborhood. He says hearts are breaking here for the baby boy, and more should be outraged over a mother in crisis and a child's life being taken.
Again, you know, this being so close to home and our children, it's heartbreaking. It really is.
An autopsy scheduled for that little boy late this afternoon. Also, the mom being held in police custody. She remains in the hospital, though, recovering from what they believe are self-inflicted stab wounds. Kimberly, I do know that homicide detectives and prosecutors meeting at this very moment discussing possible charges. Back to you.
Yeah, and Sean, I know the social service group can't say more about why the mother was there.
They can't, but let me show you what's happening here. They've been keeping a close eye on this building all day long, even bringing security in. The apartment itself is and remains a crime scene, so police do want to get back in there. And no, the social service agency can only say that she was a tenant here. They will not say what type of contact or type of help she may have been getting.
Yeah, I can understand that. Just absolutely heartbreaking, though. Okay, Sean, thanks.
Now to Harvey, the storm that just won't stop, a slow-moving disaster that now finally seems to be moving out a bit of East Texas.
Several new developments happening right now, so let's get you caught up on those. Harvey made its landfall again this morning east of Houston near the Louisiana border and is now moving north.
We are now starting to see the numbers that are emerging, giving us a better picture of this devastation. Close to 200,000 people have lost their homes. Dozens are feared dead. Jay Gray is in Houston tonight. Good evening, Jay.
Good evening. The good news right now, no sunshine. And in this flooded out Houston neighborhood, the water is starting to recede a bit, revealing the scope of devastation here, devastation that continues to unfold across southeast Texas right now.
The latest hit from Harvey, overwhelming. 26 inches of rain in just 24 hours. The city of Beaumont unrecognizable, dotted by only rooftops for miles. Everything else swallowed by the rising floodwaters.
So the operation right now is very clear. We're still in life-saving, life-sustaining mode.
As the water rushed in, so did first responders. Navy teams pulling soaked and scared survivors to safety. As others scrambled to escape, we now know a young mother lost her life, swept away while trying to save her child.
Apparently the infant was clinging to her in the water. They weren't able to resuscitate her. The baby, we're told, however, was alert and conscious.
While the rain is stopped in Houston, the search and rescue mission is not. 24,000 National Guard troops have been deployed, with the water still rising in neighborhoods across the city.
All night just kept coming in higher and higher.
Officials say more than 25,000 have been moved to higher ground, a number that continues to grow here.
It's just devastating, but you just grab what you grab your kids, you grab your pets, and you just go, you leave everything.
Some have lost everything. A dive team today located the Salvador family, a couple and their great-grandchildren, killed when their van was pulled under the floodwaters.
Our worst fears have been realized.
The realization for so many here is so difficult, isolated by the water and unsure of what's next.
Now, short term, the forecast is good, clear skies, but this weekend through early next week, there is the chance for more significant rain here in Houston. Jay Gray, Local 4.
Hey, Jay, and today we're continuing in our Help for Houston as water from Hurricane Harvey dumps on Texas. Thousands of people are being forced from their homes.
1,300 miles away here in Metro Detroit. So many people calling us asking how to help. Hank Winchester live in our phone bank, and those calls now still coming in today, Hank.
They certainly have been, Devin and Kimberly. You know, Detroiters are generous, and we appreciate all the calls. We've been working with the Red Cross. The number you can call, 313-298-WDIV. Every donation helps, but I want to call one out in particular. Gloria from Washington Township calling in within the last half an hour, donating $5,000. Big thanks to Gloria. You know, whenever we have a situation like this one, a natural disaster in another part of the country, it also gets us thinking about our safety here at home in Metro Detroit. Are you prepared if tragedy strikes? We talked with the experts to give you information about what you may be talking or what you should be talking with your insurance agent about. Take a look. We've seen the devastation in Houston, streets flooded, homes destroyed, families homeless. While Metro Detroit isn't exactly a hurricane hotspot, obviously there can always be a concern about flooding or storms. This is a good time to review your own insurance policy.
Look at your policy. Sit down with your insurance agent. Figure out if it is a 1,000-year floodplain, did you really need flood insurance? Are they going to cover it because it's considered an act of God?
Melanie Ducanel is with the Better Business Bureau here in southeastern Michigan.
Would your house flood because you've deferred some maintenance on your basement or your driveway or your gutters? You need to make sure that they can't poke a hole in your insurance coverage because you didn't take care of your property.
Basements around Metro Detroit can always be a problem. You want to make sure your policy has certain protections in place if your possessions need to be replaced.
The backup sewer is very tricky, and there is a very small amount that is available to most homeowners in that regard. So again, sit down with your agent, figure out what that is. It's usually no more than $10,000 in coverage.
It's a good time to have that important conversation. We also want to let you know that we've teamed up with Arts, Beats, and Eats and the Red Cross to do something very special for Houston this weekend. We will be taking donations at the entry gates. So when you buy a wristband, you throw in a few dollars. They're expecting more than 300,000 people to attend over the holiday weekend. That money, those donations, can add up quickly. We're going to remain here in the phone bank throughout the early evening newscast. If you have an opportunity and a desire, please give us a call, 313-298-WDIB. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
All right, Hank, and our coverage of Harvey will continue over this 90 minutes of news and on clickondetroit.com.
Yeah, and there on our website, you can find a brand new write-up detailing why Harvey is certain to end up being the most expensive natural disaster in our nation's history. You can find the link to that under the News tab.
Some big political news to bring you in the Detroit mayoral race. Mayor Duggan and Coleman Young II have indeed agreed to a debate right here at the Local 4 studios before the November election. It will air live October 25th at 8 p.m. here on Local 4. We'll also live stream it, of course, on clickondetroit.com. Very proud as the City of Detroit's only television station to host the debate, along with our partners at the Detroit News and Detroit Public Television.
New at 5.
Help me, Hank, to the rescue. Ahead at 5 o'clock, city-owned trees posing a serious danger to folks living in a West Side neighborhood. You'll see what happened after Hank got involved. Here comes Ben.
Devin, finally dried out today, and soak up all of the warmth that you can because these numbers are not going to be around in any evening going forward. This could be our warmest of the forecast. Straight ahead.
2 Detroit police officers shot and injured a young man going to jail.
This situation is a very terrible situation.
But that is not enough for Kim Worthy's office. We'll tell you why.
Tonight. New at 6.
A Macomb County family desperately looking for their father of 4 had no idea his body was here at the medical examiner's office for more than a month.
You can't take an extra step and try to locate a family.
But there are 2 distinct sides to this story. We'll have both of them on Local 4.
We just talked to a Metro Detroit dad who's so proud of his son who made the trip to Houston to help the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Hear the amazing stories.
All right, Jamie. A Detroit teenager is sitting in the Wayne County Jail tonight after pleading guilty to shooting and injuring 2 Detroit police officers.
Jawan Plummer says it was a mistake. The Wayne County prosecutor, though, threw the book at him, and now they're outraged over how long he'll actually spend locked up. Rod Maloney was in the courtroom as this bizarre case took another twist.
For the most part, prosecutors, when it comes to guilty pleas, usually are in league with judges in cases, the sentencing guidelines, making it so that everybody sort of walks away feeling like they had the right answer in terms of the amount of time for prison or not. But in this particular case, there were police officers injured and badly injured, and Kim Worthy's office was not happy with Judge Michael Hathaway.
Jawan Plummer knew that he'd be going to jail today, so he took his time hugging his family when the judge called his case at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice today. He pleaded guilty to 4 weapons charges for shooting a shotgun his father had given him to protect his family from burglars working in the area of his mother's Northwest Detroit home. He panicked when the police knocked, thinking they were burglars, and fired out the living room window without even looking.
I just hope that the officers are okay and that they understand this terrible situation. and that I'm so sorry.
The judge placed Plummer in a special youthful training program, gave him 2 years probation, the first 90 days of which to be served in the Wayne County Jail, and he must attend gun safety classes. Assistant Prosecutor Sarah DeYoung made her displeasure known to Judge Michael Hathaway, saying the officers went out of their way to investigate this crime.
This kind of treatment sends a message to the law enforcement that we don't value what they're doing. It encourages them to sit back and drive by in their car instead of to lean in, which is what we really need them to do right now.
There was no reaction from Judge Hathaway to the prosecution's statements. Instead, he said he expects to see Jawan Plummer 2 years from today after finishing his probation. He said because he's incentivized to make sure he gets there, because if there's any misstep, he can go to the state prison for 2 years. In downtown Detroit, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, and Plummer hit the 2 Detroit officers in the face and arms. One of those officers spent much of the summer with his jaw wired shut.
All right, Ben's back. I think summer got back from its vacation finally today.
Nice to see a little
really
sunshine
nice.
too today. Yeah.
But apparently it has a flight booked for later in the week.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're going to get a very small sliver of summer here, and then temperatures really start to take a tumble as we head towards the weekend. But it looks nice out there. Feels great too. We actually snuck up to 81 for a high today, which is average for this time of year. We've spent so much time in the clouds and rain the last 2 days. I think we kind of forgot what that felt like. Winds are out of the west at 10. We are going to see some breezy conditions tomorrow as a cold front's going to slice through, but temperatures definitely aren't going to be anywhere near this until maybe Memorial Day, or I should say Labor Day afternoon. We'll get to that in your 7-day forecast coming up. We did have that fog that was around this morning, caused some significant issues on that morning commute, and then as that cleared, we stayed at least sunny until those cumulus clouds started forming in the afternoon. But here's the cold front that is going to come through tonight, even though there's a lot of activity with it right now across northern lower Michigan. By the time that comes through here in the overnight hours, the heating not really going to be doing any favors to that front. So that's why we're expecting to see little or no precipitation, and the better chances look like it's going to be on our north zone. That's going to be after midnight tonight. So as that front moves in, we'll probably see some clouds to start out tomorrow morning. Those clear out, leaving us with sunshine in the afternoon. But with that cold air behind the front, it just isn't going to get much past 70 degrees. And we'll look at that in your 4-zone forecast in just a minute. Then here comes Harvey, or what's left of it. You can see that the moisture from this should stay well to the south, but that cloud shield is going to advance into southern Michigan. So Friday at 3 p.m., that's probably when Harvey's going to be at its closest. I do expect to see some clouds, especially in our south and metro zones, and then possibly again on Saturday. Right now, we've kept the forecast dry all the way until late Monday. It looks like on Labor Day afternoon and evening, that could be our next chance of getting wet. So 63 tonight, that's other than an isolated shower overnight with the passage of that front. Again, most of us are going to stay dry. Otherwise, your 4-zone forecast for high temperatures tomorrow, going to be cool, to say the least. This is as warm as it gets. 70 in Dearborn, 71 in Romulus. We'll be seeing a lot of upper 60s here in our metro zone. Some 70s down here in our south zone as well, especially out in Lenawee County. Otherwise, upper 60s is the rule. West zone temperatures almost exclusively 60s for high temperatures tomorrow. Canton and Manchester escaping with a 70 in the afternoon, and low to mid 60s here in our north zone, which, by the way, Sanilac and St. Clair County, you're under a lakeshore flood advisory. Pretty strong onshore winds tomorrow could be causing some issues right along the lakeshore of Lake Huron. Otherwise, temperatures will be staying right around 70 for Friday, and then to start warming up as we head towards the end of our holiday weekend. But Arts Beats and Eats going to be pretty nice out there once we get some heat for Saturday and Sunday going into the weekend.
Nice stretch for that. And be sure to join us Friday night for Arts Beats and Eats live special. Rhonda, Evrod, and Brandon will be in Royal Oak with a look at all the fun, all the food, and some great music that you won't want to miss.
That's going to air Friday night at 7:30 right here on Local 4.
All right, construction on a building in Colorado going to be on hold for a long while. Coming up new at 5, what work crews found on the site that was 66 million years in the making.
But first, welcome to the Selden Corridor, a sneak peek at what's sure to be one of Detroit's hottest new neighborhoods. That's next.
And we want to remind you, our Help for Houston phone bank, we are working with the Red Cross to help raise money for the victims in Texas. To donate, here's the phone number, 313-298-WDIV, 313-298-WDIV. We'll be right back. Detroit's revival in the heart of the city continues with plans for a $20 million redevelopment of the Selden corridor in Midtown.
The plans are exciting. They include a bar arcade, brewing school, meat-centric restaurant, eco homes, and public outdoor workspace. You're looking at some renderings of the initiative. These designs will be implemented on Selden Street between 2nd Avenue and 4th Street. The Community Development Agency, started the initiative earlier this year.
There's a lot of already going on here that's really moving the neighborhood in a good direction. So again, timing is everything. We felt like this was really a good time to move forward on this.
The development is expected to be complete by late fall of next year.
Selden Standards worked out pretty well there, hasn't it? Yep. Nice. A judge rules that longtime Flint City Councilman Scott Kincaid cannot run for both City Council and Mayor at the same time. Genesee County Circuit Court judge made the decision, ruling that the offices are incompatible. Since Kincaid can't appear on the November ballot for both seats, he now has to make a decision on which position to pursue. Kincaid was one of 6 candidates who filed for a spot on the November recall election ballot, along with current Flint Mayor Karen Weaver.
New at 5:30.
So there's this kid, Austin Brown, at Madison Heights. Broke a record on the field. Couldn't have done it, though, without his receivers. Their story coming up.
President Trump today in the Midwest selling a tax reform plan, but with a strong message to Congress. Do not disappoint.
And dangerous city-owned trees, a big safety concern in one Detroit neighborhood. Tonight, it's Help Me Hank to the rescue. You will see how we solve the problem.
We'll salute.
Large, overgrown city-owned trees that were a danger in one Detroit neighborhood are today coming down, thanks to Help Me Hank. Neighbors have been complaining, concerned the falling branches and dead limbs could harm children playing outside.
Today, they got the help they needed. Our consumer investigator Hank Winchester joins us, and this was a big problem, Hank.
It was. People were scared in that neighborhood, and they had every right to be. People who were emailing me were worried about these big, dangerous trees. They were worried that they could damage homes or maybe even hurt children in the area. Well, tonight, they no longer need to worry.
I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy. I'm going to have coffee on the porch and watch the trees come down.
Today, a reason to celebrate in this West Side Detroit neighborhood.
I was not expecting this fast of completion. I mean, wow. Thank you, Hank.
Huge city-owned trees, many with large dead branches, were becoming a danger and a big concern for the people living here. They called me last week hoping we could get the city to take some action. There's a large branch that's like over your house now? What's that one? That
one. The big one is over my house.
Just hanging over the house?
Yeah.
And a lot of dead branches have been falling from it?
Yeah.
I contacted the city. A crew was on site inspecting these trees the next day.
We've had a few of the larger dead branches fall, and I think they do need to come down.
And Wednesday morning, the city crews were back, this time rolling down the street in big trucks, gear in hand, working finally to take these trees down that were a danger.
I called Hank.
They got taken care of.
And it sure did.
We're so glad it all worked out. You know, you can not only contact the forestry department, but we've talked about this before, the Improved Detroit app.
Yes.
It is such a great resource because they automatically generate a worksheet, has to be responded to within 24 hours.
Folks had great success with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good work.
Thank you.
Well, take a look at dramatic video of firefighters battling a blaze on Detroit's east side. This was the scene overnight when 2 vacant homes on the corner of Yakima and 7 Mile went up in flames. Fortunately, no one was hurt, and they are still trying to figure out what started all of this.
We continue to follow the destructive path of what is now Tropical Storm Harvey. As the storm leaves Texas, dozens of deaths have been attributed to Harvey, and thousands of homes have been completely destroyed. At 4 o'clock this morning, Harvey made landfall in western Louisiana after nearly a week hovering over Texas. The storm is predicted to weaken as it moves northeast over the coming days and is expected to dissipate by Saturday night.
Well, we've watched it set a record for rainfall, and now the problems move elsewhere.
We've been so focused on Houston, you know, we also have to look at the rest of the South, which is still getting soaked by this storm. Harvey is on shore, but look at the radar. The rain continues to fall in far east Texas, in western Louisiana, now stretching all the way up to Shreveport. And you see some of these bands now extending all the way up into East Tennessee, Knoxville, Atlanta getting some of Harvey's remnants right now as well. But when you look at the rainfall, rainfall forecast could add another 3 to 4 inches, especially here along and east of the Mississippi River, heading up towards Memphis and Nashville, and eventually into western parts of Kentucky. So storm totals, as we told you last night in Texas, did top 50 inches. The Cedar Bayou there outside of Houston, 51.88. These three totals are in Texas, but these are in Louisiana. Over 20 inches here at Bayou Conway. Kenner Gully, 18.23. And the 5 o'clock advisory shows that that storm, still a tropical storm with 40-mile-an-hour winds. Eventually, this thing is going to run out of gas in the Ohio Valley. That's Saturday evening, but coming up, we're going to be talking about Harvey's impacts on us for the weekend. That's coming up in a few minutes. Guys?
Those affected by the hurricane have faced so many different health threats here. The most obvious, of course, related to the flooding.
But a disaster of this magnitude brings other threats, like the effect of missing medications or perhaps infectious diseases. Dr. McGeorge is here to show us what's being done on that aspect.
Well, Karen and Devin, you know, today Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price has declared public health emergencies in both Texas and Louisiana. And tonight, many shelters are setting up makeshift mini hospitals to address the growing health needs of the hurricane victims.
Or come back for our night shift. We would greatly appreciate it.
Help is pouring into Houston and other areas hit with unprecedented flooding from Hurricane Harvey.
When people come in, if they need medical help, we take them back.
Some needs are immediate. Get them dry, get them warm.
It gets cold in there. It does get really cold. It gets cold. Do you want a blanket while you're sleeping?
But then, get them medications they need daily but left at home. A team of healthcare personnel has set up a pharmacy at the convention center in Houston to provide at least a few days of support.
There's a lot of diabetics who don't have their insulin, or a lot of people who need seizure medications or psych medications.
Different health concerns arise as floodwaters recede. Public health officials remind residents to dump water left in flower pots and drains.
You don't want standing water because guess what? We've got that risk for mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes can carry illnesses like Zika and West Nile virus. Now, once people get past survival mode, they're at risk for severe anxiety and depression.
It suddenly comes crashing to you that you've lost almost everything, and for some people, obviously, everything. That is really, really difficult to deal with.
While the rain appears to be moving on, it's clear the health impacts of Hurricane Harvey have just begun. Now, in fact, learning from the past, Hurricane Katrina taught the medical community a lot of lessons. Initially, rashes from exposure to contaminated water, intestinal infections causing diarrhea, and respiratory infections are actually the most common problems that will require treatment in the short term. And of course, you know, everybody's in shelters, and that just means infectious diseases can spread more easily.
As I said, this is going to be a very long, long battle for weeks and months to come.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Doc. Devin.
President Trump on the road today, now in Missouri, talking about tax reform and sending warnings to Congress about getting it done while delivering a message to leaders in North Korea. Blaine Alexander has more from Washington. Blaine.
Well, Devin, Republican leaders have already said that this tax reform is priority #1. And today, a very strong message from the president to Congress. Do not mess this up. Today, President Trump in Missouri, stopping in the Show Me state to show his support for tax reform.
On a plan that is pro-growth, pro-jobs, pro-worker, and pro-American.
President Trump giving few specifics, but promising a plan that he says will be good for middle-class Americans, even if not for the wealthy, like himself.
It's crazy. We're speaking, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, you know? But we're doing the right thing.
The president calling for a tax code that is easy to understand and pressuring both parties in Congress to get it done, adding this threat against the state's Democratic senator.
And your senator, Claire McCaskill, she must do this for you, and if she doesn't do it for you, you have to vote her out of office.
The president facing a battle on Capitol Hill and another fight against North Korea. Overnight, the U.S. launching a missile defense test in response to this warning shot from North Korea. A test missile launched directly over Japan earlier this week. When it comes to North Korea, the president tweeting, "Talking is not the answer." A direct contradiction to this message from his defense secretary only hours later.
We're never out of diplomatic solutions. We continue to work together.
And the president promising to work with Congress on tax reform, even as he warns members not to disappoint him. And President Trump has already scheduled 2 meetings next week to discuss tax reform, an important step as he and Congress prepare to tackle a very busy fall calendar. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
All right, Blaine, when Congress returns next week, of course, one of the primary issues on Capitol Hill expected to be securing relief money for the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Well, 66 million years of history being unearthed in Thornton, Colorado.
Can you imagine? This would be really cool. Imagine, okay, it happened on Friday. Construction workers stumbled upon a Triceratops skull as they were digging and prepping the site of the city's new public safety facility. Researchers say this is one of only 3 Triceratops skulls ever found in Colorado. And once the digging ends, they will place any fossils they unearth in the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. So but like, what do you say when you're digging and at that moment?
I think I got something here. A little bit more than just the usual dinosaur bone.
Wow,
yeah, really wild.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, well, we want to make sure that you will join us all day long Wednesday here on Local 4 as we work to battle opioid addiction.
It's our special coverage, Opioid Nation, an American epidemic. It will include a phone bank all day with addiction experts answering your questions. We'll also have an hour-long primetime live special that evening taking a hard look at opioid addiction. That will come your way at 10 p.m. on Local 4. If you're already making plans to travel for the holidays this year, you will have a lot of company.
Yes, ahead here at 5. Why you want to book your flights right now, and it isn't just about saving money. Jamie.
There's a quarterback in Madison Heights everyone's flipping for, and let me tell you, he's the real deal. He's breaking records, too. That story next.
But first, parents were just waiting to pick up their children until this guy showed up. What he did that had them scrambling and calling 911. We also want to remind you of our Help for Houston phone bank going on right now. We're working with the Red Cross to help raise money for the victims in Texas. To donate, call the number on your screen, 313-298-WDIV. We'll be right back.
I teach.
New at 6.
3 teenagers get robbed walking along the Clinton River Trail, of all places. One of the thugs even brandishes a gun. Police say they think they're local. They think they're easy to recognize if you know them. And we've got the descriptions.
And a teenager arrested just hours after he's accused of committing a different crime. What he did inside the lobby of a Metro Detroit police station that had him in handcuffs twice in the same night.
A Florida man is facing consequences tonight after allegedly threatening parents with a rifle while they waited in a school pickup line. It happened Tuesday near Gainesville. The 54-year-old was charged with aggravated assault. Deputies said he pulled out a gun while parents waited in a pickup line in front of his home. Police say the principal and staff reacted quickly and offered the parents shelter inside the school building until authorities could arrive.
If you're planning a holiday getaway, I know it's August, but you need to start thinking about it and acting.
You have to act now. Early bird prices we're talking about. It's about whether the trip will still even be available. According to a new report, 35 million Americans plan to stay in hotels. 8 million already booked a room. And 31 million Americans plan to fly. 6 million already bought their tickets. Did you do that, Bernie? I did. Oh, good for you. Study also found women are twice as likely to wait until last minute to make their bookings.
Yeah.
Huh.
I told you, I bought a ticket for my daughter last year to come home for Christmas, and the little alert on it said, buy now.
Really?
The tickets expected to rise, and I did, yep.
Mackinac Bridge Authority finalizing plans for the annual Bridge Walk.
The bridge is going to be closed to public traffic from 6:30 a.m. to noon on Labor Day. Officials working to mitigate the effects of closing the bridge. Michigan State Police and mechanics will be patrolling both sides of the bridge to help any drivers experiencing car troubles while waiting for the bridge to reopen. For such a long wait, that can be an issue. Refreshment stations and porta potties will be available for those waiting to cross.